Hello and everyone, this is Faizan. And as you know, I have been doing this YouTube project of mine, but I don't think things are working out the way I thought it would be. So here, after meeting you all at the school, all my bacha log, I think I have a side project for you all. And it is about this beautiful, beautiful book. You can just have a look at it. It's called as the Totto-chan. Now, I got this book as a present at my school for Teachers Day. It's a real interesting and engaging book. पहले थोड़ी हाइप क्रिएट करेंगे अपन तो ये बुक अभी तक एजुकेशन सेक्टर में बेस्ट सेलर है नॉट ओनली इन जापान बट इन ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड 1980 में this book was published and only in its first year it sold like 45 lakhs copies and it's still breaking many records. एज पर इंडिया इज कंसर्न यहाँ पे इसका 27th एडिशन आया है मराठी के अंदर एंड इन 1990 इसकी 11 ट्रांसलेशंस हुई थी अलग अलग डिफरेंट इंडियन लैंग्वेजेस में. इट इज़ इनफ टू टेल अबाउट हाउ मच बुक is of interest not only to the teachers but to the students as well. In your textbook, which is Bal Bharti, if you are coming from state board, you might have this chapter in 6th standard textbook which is talking about Totto-chan's adventures. Lastly, I'll just talk a little bit about the book, which is कि ये जो बुक है उसे एक विजनरी प्रिंसिपल चलाते हैं. उनका सोल गोल ये है कि एजुकेशन सिस्टम should not be like the traditional one which is being followed. Rather, it should inculcate something which is very basic and instinctual in us. मतलब नहीं सीखनी ना आपने सारी चीज़ें बस बुक से, मतलब जो आप डेली लाइफ स्किल जो बोलते हैं that he have talked about and taught in a very beautiful way. So this book is of very much interest to me, and as far as I go, I have read many chapters of this book. And today my goal is to just read out one chapter of it for you all. And the content, basically, as I told you, I'm creating this as a side project, basically to connect with you all, because I know you are like 150 subscribers something. You are 200. धोखा दिया मेरे को 50 में. So just to engage, have some fun and do some reading. Also, you can connect with this on multiple level. Like if you are a child, then this is a book about real life Chinchan, I must say. मतलब एक लेडी चिंचैन या गर्लिश चिंचैन बोल सकते हैं आप इसको, बहुत ज़्यादा रिलेटेबल है. एंड मे बी इफ़ यू आर ओल्ड देन ऑल्सो यू कैन जस्ट स्लिप इनटू नॉस्टैल्जिया कि हाँ हमारे टाइम स्कूल में ऐसा होता था वैसा होता था, एंड इट जस्ट bring back that treasure memories of us. And not only that, but for kids as well, it helps you to realize and accept कि भाई behavior आपका कैसा है और कैसा होना चाहिए. और मतलब बढ़िया बुक है यार. Let's directly dive into it. I'll start with the first chapter. The name of the chapter is The Railroad Station. So far I've given you a sketch. So basically you know कि बहुत नटखट शैतान बच्ची रहने वाली है, and सब तो देखे होंगे यार ऐसी बच्ची. Who knows, मे बी आप भी वैसे बच्ची या बच्ची होंगे आपके बचपन में. तो लेट्स सी whether you can relate or not. The first chapter name is Railroad Station. The god of the Omachi train at Juyugako station, and mother took Toto-chan by the hand to lead her through the ticket gate. She had hardly ever been on a train before and was reluctant to give up the precious ticket she was clutching. Now, you know, these kids give them like a piece of paper and they hold it so dear to them. So that is what they are talking about. मतलब ये बंदी पहली बार ट्रेन में चढ़ने वाली थी और उसके पास टिकट था और उतना प्रेशियस था उसके लिए that she was not able to give it. She was reluctant. माने नहीं देना था उसे. May I keep it? Toto-chan asked the ticket collector. No, you can't, he replied, taking it from her. She pointed to his box filled with tickets. Are they all yours? You know, this interesting. It's like, okay, you're taking my ticket. You know, you already have a box and they are filled with tickets. So, ये तुम्हारे हैं क्या इतने ticket? No, they belong to the railroad station, he replied as he snatched away tickets from people going up. So this guy is usually doing his business. He's snatching the tickets. They're like, हाँ वो मेरे हैं, चलो चलो यहाँ से जल्दी आगे बढ़ो. So, Toto-chan gazed longingly into the box and went on. When I grow up, I'm going to sell railroad tickets. And she's all excited and like she liked the idea that she'll be taking these tickets and she'll be collecting it in a box. And as she thought it's very precious, and then somebody is taking it, so she might be with this thought in mind कि सबके precious ticket अभी मैं जमा करूँगी और ये जॉब मेरे को होना. A ticket collector glanced at her face for the first time. My little boy wants a job in the station too, so you can work together. Now the collector is getting excited about this idea that somebody wants to do his job. So basically, who wants to be a ticket collector? And that little gesture of Toto-chan made him feel very important, very precious. So he diverts his attention towards Toto-chan and says कि मेरा बच्चा भी टिकट कलेक्टर बनना चाहता है, and I think तुम दोनों ना कर सकते हो ये काम. So Toto-chan stepped to one side and took a good look at the ticket collector. He was plump and wore glasses and seemed rather kind. तो उसने थोड़ा हटा देखा कलेक्टर को, वो थोड़ा ना गोल गोल चबी चबी था, चश्मा था और वो बहुत काइंड हार्टेड दिख रहा था. She put her hand on her hips and carefully considered the idea. I wouldn't mind at all working with your son, she said. I'll think it over, but I'm rather busy just now as I'm on my way to new school. So now she just talk about the very moment she is in and she says, okay, देखते ना अभी क्या होता बाद में, अभी तो मैं नवे स्कूल जा रही हूँ. She ran to where mother waited, shouting, I'm going to be a ticket seller. जो ना भाग के वापस से मम्मी के पास जाती है जो रुकी है और चिल्लाती है, मम्मी मैंने ना टिकट सेलर बनना है. Mother wasn't surprised, but she said, I thought you were going to be a spy. Like this is happening all the time with the children. Even when I was a kid, I was like, okay, I'll be a software engineer, then IAS and this and that. And that is the phase when we realize you can do so much in our lives. So she's also going through the same. And on the other hand, her mother is like, ठीक है अभी तो Toto-chan अपने spy बनना था ना, अभी ये ticket seller कहाँ से आ गया. तो वो surprise नहीं थी because she's pretty much used to it. So as Toto-chan began walking along, holding mother's hand, she remembered that until the day before she had been quite sure she wanted to be a spy. But what fun it would be to be in charge of a box full of tickets, right? मतलब ठीक है spy बनना तो कितना exciting काम है. You'll be going underground doing this missions, this and that. But like okay, I'm having second thought about it. उससे ज़्यादा भारी काम तो मेरे को टिकट कलेक्ट करने का लग रहा. I think कि अभी टिकट कलेक्टर ही बन जाऊँ. That's it. A splendid idea occurred to her. She looked at mother and informed her it at the top of her voice. Couldn't I be a ticket seller who's really a spy? And then she's all caught up in a thought and now she's expressing her mother the idea. दोनों भी तो कर सकते हैं ना, इसमें क्या गलत है. और ये तो बहुत भारी आइडिया होगा ना, लाइक दोनों करूँगी मैं भी, मैं टिकट सेलर भी बनूंगी एंड स्पाई भी रहूँगी. एंड व्हाट अ गुड कवर इट विल मेक टू बी अ spy, like good cover, it won't be blown off, right? Mother didn't reply. Under her, Mother didn't reply. Under her felt hat with its little flower, her lovely face was serious. The fact was, mother was very worried. What if they wouldn't have Toto-chan at the new school? Now, as Toto-chan is all caught up in the idea कि मैं ये बनूंगी वो बनूंगी, her mother is wearing this beautiful flowered hat, but beneath that she is lost in her thoughts कि अभी Toto-chan का क्या होना है. मतलब she is in her own mind thinking about the problems and the worries which we adults usually tend to do. Toto-chan on the other hand is living in the moment and she's very happy. She don't know what's coming and what's happening and why mother isn't responding the way she usually does. So what's the catch? Let's see. She looked at Toto-chan skipping along the road, chattering to herself. Toto-chan didn't know mother was worried. So when their eyes met, she said gaily, I have changed my mind. I think I'll join one of those little bands of street musicians who go about advertising new stores. Now, another thought come to her mind and she's like not taking much notice of her mother, which is quite worried because new school जा रहे हैं ना, अभी क्या हुआ है वहाँ पे देखना है. Toto-chan come with this idea कि स्ट्रीट म्यूजिशियन ही बन जाती हूँ मैं, जाके घर घर प्रोडक्ट को सेल करूँगी गाना वाना बजा के. लाइक all students and kids always like to do something which is very interesting and very filled with energy and creativity, and that's where Toto-chan's heart lies. But mother on the other hand is like, what will happen in the new school? So there was a touch of despair in mother's voice as she said, come on, we'll be late. You mustn't keep the headmaster waiting. No more chatter. Look where you are going and walk properly. So mother in a very serious tone goes like कि चलो सीधे सीधे चलो, कहाँ जाना है, you know, and behave yourself. Ahead of them, in the distance, the gate of small school was gradually coming into the view. So now this imagery you can form in mind that the mother is all worried, Toto-chan is all caught up in the creative ideas and ambition of hers. क्या बनना है, क्या करना है. On the other hand, the mother is very much worried what will happen in the new school, it also leaves us on the point कि previous school में कुछ तो तोतो चान ने गड़बड़ की है, right? So I think for now we'll stop here. We'll take a break, and next time I'll return with the next chapter, and we'll see what's the deal about this new school and why mother is so much worried and what did really Toto Chan have done. Okay, so I would like to leave you on that note. Until then, stay tuned.